Welcome to this episode of I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, where today I'm going to talk about why you shouldn't be doing your kids' homework. So the big question is this: how are parents like us, who don't have a manual, who are doing the best we can, who feel as though we aren't enough, how are we going to raise healthy, happy children who we are proud of and still keep our sanity in that process? That's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Ryan Roy, and welcome to I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, a podcast for parents who are being real with themselves. Hey, welcome back to this episode of I Don't Know Jack About Parenting, where today I'm going to talk about how you should stop doing your kids' homework for them. Now, what do I mean? And some parents are like, well, I don't really do their homework. And I've been around people enough to know that people aren't the best teachers all the time. What do I mean by that? Oftentimes, someone will say, hey, this is how you do it, and move someone aside and brush them aside and show them how to do something. And we only truly know what we do for ourselves or what we experience for ourselves. So we're really doing an injustice to anyone whom we're trying to teach by doing it for them. So what spawned this topic for me is my son has a project due this week. It is, I happen to be recording this during the month of February, so it's Black History Month. They gave him a list of people that, were influential in the Black community that he could research, and this wasn't clear in the instructions, and do a project around it. And it could be a PowerPoint, a video project, it could be him making a poster board, but it looks like his entire class is leaning towards a PowerPoint presentation, and that makes me excited. As someone who obviously does podcasts, does some live streaming, creates PowerPoint presentations for different courses I create and things like that, this is right up my alley to bring my son into my world. So part of the process was, once we did the written part of the homework, which I thought we were done, I said, hey, I found out that we got to do a video or something. So we're going to set up the green screen, which he's familiar with. I go, we are going to create a PowerPoint presentation. So let's find some pictures. We're doing the presentation on Michael Jordan. So I said, go in there, and I have him start Googling Michael Jordan pictures. We talked about his 6 championships, how he got cut from his high school basketball team, how after basketball he became a billionaire through his business ventures and his endorsements and things. So I made him type in Michael Jordan endorsements, get some pictures. Gatorade, Nike, Hanes, and he's pulling, which one do you want? I'm showing him how to save them to the computer. He's saving them to the computer. And that was kind of one exercise we did that night. A couple nights later, when we get back to the project, hey, we got to put this into, do you know what a PowerPoint is? He's like, no. I said, well, we've done PowerPoint presentations. He actually does presentations with me. When we're clicking on that thing and it goes up on the screen, that's a PowerPoint. We got to put that together. So we got to put it together with words. And we start off, we got to talk about the story. Where did he start? We started his journey in high school, and then college, and then the pros, and then afterwards. So what do you want to go first? He's like, high school. So we do the high school picture, and then we have to type in. And I did the typing because he already did the writing of it, and I just wrote or typed in what he said. But I'm showing him, for time efficiencies, click and drag for the first few PowerPoints so he could see the tools. And then I said, I want you to build one. And then he went in there, he's like, this picture, Dad? Yep. Put it there. You got to grab the layout. And I let him watch and learn first. And then I said, we need you to build one. He's 7 years old. I don't expect him to be building PowerPoints from scratch. But I've learned that my son is really good at picking up on things. And if he watches me a few times, he knows he can do it. As a matter of fact, he was doing a little bit more efficient than I was. Super cool. See, I don't know a lot about parenting. As a matter of fact, I don't know jack. But I do know this, that if we have patience and we don't bombard them with too much and we make it fun, because we also started talking about how he can create some of these PowerPoints for the business that he wants to create. And he got really excited. I said, but you got to learn how to do this. So he's getting really excited about this. Tonight's part of the process is, now that the PowerPoints are built, we're going to do a green screen in the background. We're going to superimpose him into the PowerPoint, which we made space for. We're going to have a cool background for him. And we're going to click through it. And I'm going to prompt him. And he is going to talk about his presentation. Bloopers and all get to stay, because the last day we're going to get to learn how to edit some of those things out. It's been a 2-week process, this entire process, but he's seeing how long it takes to put together a 5-minute presentation, and he's doing the majority of it. You know, I say don't do your kids' homework. Don't say, hey, let me show you. Say, I'm going to give you an example, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to do it yourself. Kids want to be empowered. Nobody wants people to do things for them unless they've gone through life. And I've met some people like this, and you may know someone like this. You may be that person where they just ask for help for everything, and then people are just like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. It'll be much easier. And these people are doing a disservice to themselves who are asking for the help. More importantly, the people who are just doing or enabling them are doing a greater disservice. Because I have a few people in my life right now that I can think of that people are just, it's so much easier for people to just do things for them that they don't know how to do anything for themselves. And I'm not talking about teenagers. I'm talking about grown adults who people have disempowered them by just saying, hey, let me just do it for you because I don't want to be bothered. There's a great quote out there. If you're in any type of personal development, you've heard it. Even if you're not, you may have heard it. But it says, give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and feed him for a lifetime. Same thing here. You teach your kids how to be disciplined and do the work themselves, and that's going to serve them for a lifetime. But if you do it for them today and they didn't learn how to do it themselves, in a very short near future they're going to be saying, Mom, Dad, I need help with this. And if you don't sit down and take the time and empower them by teaching them and allowing them to do it, they're always going to need your assistance. Now, I have a 7-year-old. He's going to need my assistance for all kinds of things moving forward, right? He's just 7 and growing into his own. However, the things I've taught him and I've allowed him, listen to what I said, allowed him to learn for himself, those things I don't have to reteach because they're embedded in him. Now, he may not do it perfectly, but my favorite quote ever is, done is better than perfect. This PowerPoint presentation, if I were to do it, is going to be 50 million times better, but I've done a lot more PowerPoints than him. That's not the point. He's doing it for the first time, and everything he's doing a great job because he's trying his best. He's giving it his 100%, and that's all we could ask of our kids. So I don't know jack about parenting. I know we shouldn't do our kids' homework. I don't know jack about parenting, but I do know a lot of people will look over someone's shoulder and get frustrated and just take over. And the kids, I think, just sit back and smile because, like, okay, I don't have to do my homework. Mom or Dad's going to do it. But you're not doing them a service. Their teachers a service. You're not doing anybody a service by being that parent. So empower your kids by taking the time. Yes, it'll take a little extra time to teach them. We'll see you in the next episode of I Don't Know Jack About Parenting. Do you want to be the dad you wish you had? If so, go get my free book, Be the Dad You Wish You Had, at BeTheDadYouWishYouHad.com. Inside, you'll find my most effective 40 tips to quickly and easily transform yourself into the ideal dad. Go to BeTheDadYouWishYouHad.com now and get it while it's free.